Okay guys, so here we are, another Valentine's Day. I'm telling you guys, it's amazing how fast these holidays and these milestones go, right? We were just celebrating Christmas and New Year's, and now all of a sudden we're here at Valentine's Day. It just goes by so quickly. We've been doing this now for 24 years. This is our 24th holiday. This is kind of our official holiday, of course, Valentine's Day, for being in the marriage and introduction service. I just want to wish all of you a very happy Valentine's Day. I just returned from the tour that we did in Kiev and Odessa, and it was amazing. You know, whenever I am blessed enough to be able to go on one of these tours, it always gives me new perspective, fresh perspective. And I'll tell you, this tour was no different. It was so great. We had such an amazing group of guys. Guys, if you're out there listening, you know who you are. It was so fun, and it was such a pleasure to be with all of you. It was an amazing experience. And then I had the opportunity to speak to so many different women this time, both in Kiev and Odessa. And you're gonna see a lot of the interviews that I did. Kirk's gonna be working hard. I got him and others here working very hard on editing the photo that, or the videos that we did and getting them up so that you can see what I was experiencing, at least a glimpse of it, and talking to some of these women. And the information and the wisdom that they impart in these videos is priceless. It really is. And guys, if you get a chance to watch these, I think it'll really give you a new and different perspective as well as to what these women are thinking, feeling, wanting, all these different things, because they're very blunt and they're very honest about what they want and who it is that they're looking for and why they're doing it. You know, us as men will talk about this all the time. Well, they want this or they want that. But why not let them talk about what they want? And that's what I really want to try to accomplish this time when I was over there, when I had the spare time. But this group is so great. Those guys are out on dates all the time that I was able to have a little bit extra time. And of course, our staff over there are the ones that really do all the work anyway. And to a man, they really appreciate it. All of the staff in Kiev and Odessa, those guys do an amazing job. So shout out to you guys. Great work on this tour, guys. So those videos will be up soon. But you know, here we are again at Valentine's Day, and this is kind of like a milestone. This is kind of like one of those days where you reflect. You start thinking about, okay, where am I in life? And maybe you're alone. Maybe you don't have that special someone in your life, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it, right? You have, you know, the rest of your life. You have a lot more Valentine's Days that will be there, right? And maybe you're thinking this way right around the holidays. And the first of the year, you're thinking about, okay, this is going to be the year 2019 that I make a difference, I make a change. And then you had to do extra time at work, or you had to help a friend with something, or a family member needed something, and all of a sudden you're getting pulled in, you know, 10 different directions, and you lose focus on what's really important, which is really trying to find your soulmate, trying to find that person that you can share special days like this, like Valentine's Day with. But it's not just about Valentine's Day. I mean, you know that, I know that. You know, it's about every day. It's about building a life together, and that's what's really, really important. And you know, there are options out there, guys. I see it. And to a man that was on that tour, they all told me that it was like night and day compared to the dating that they do, where they're from. And not everyone was from the United States on this tour. We had men from different countries. And they were saying it as well, is that the opportunity they had and the ease of being able to communicate with the different women that they were introduced to, whether it be at the socials or at the on one-on-one days through the hospitality room, was so much different and so much better than what they experienced here, or wherever here was for them. It's something that you really have to allow yourself to experience, right? But that option is there if it's something that, if finding that special someone is one of your goals for 2019, right? There is help. There are other alternatives to what you're doing now. I just want you to know that. I talked to some of these guys, and actually they said that watching these videos really helped them and it inspired them. And so that's why we keep doing these videos, because it did get them from point A to point B. And now that they went there, some of them found women that they tell me they want to move forward with, that they're going to start doing the fiancé visa with and all that, and that's great. Some of them are still going to go back, and they're in communication with many of the women that they met. But even if they didn't meet the woman of their dreams on this particular tour, it opened their eyes to such an opportunity that they never really knew existed. They saw the videos, they saw the photos, they read the testimonials, but none of that really means anything until you go over and you experience it in person, right? And that's what they did. And there's so many different levels to this too. You know, I wish I could, I'm just not a very good communicator, I guess, because it's difficult for me to really communicate to you what that whole experience was really like, because there's so many different levels to it. Yes, you're meeting all these different women. Yes, you're having all these different experiences with the dating and all that. But then there's also going out to the restaurants and finding on this Ukrainian menu, because this tour obviously was in Ukraine, but same for Latin America or Asia, you know, this foreign menu, what to eat, right? And that's an adventure in and of itself on some nights. And then meeting the other men on the tour. Some of these guys really bonded with each other. I see them helping each other, sitting at the computer, looking at the different profiles, working with our staff and helping each other, trying to find that person. They're going to be friends for a very long time. A lot of these guys that met each other. I mean, you're not going to be friends with everybody on the tour, but there's certain groups that come together there. Then the interaction you have with the staff, which in itself is worth the price of admission, just to be able to deal with those wonderful women that are there night and day, basically on a 24-hour basis, really, because you can call them if you're in trouble on a date at 1 in the morning. You have a way to have help. And they're there to help you and assist you and make recommendations. I can't tell you how many times I heard in our hospitality room where the woman would say, oh, Daniel, I have a recommendation for you. You know, Peter, this woman's going to be good for you. Oh, I think she's going to work. I heard that over and over again because these women know the women there personally. And they understand where a good fit is and where a fit isn't. I had women say, you know, she's not for you. I even did that with one of our clients. David, you know who you are. And at the social, there was a woman I knew that just wasn't going to be a good fit. I won't go into details, I just knew it. And I looked at him, I said, she's not for you. And of course he ignored me and went right on to go and get to know her, and then realized very shortly that, you know, John was right. She's not for me. Because not everyone is for everyone, right? There's all kinds of different things. Some men want women, some men want children. Some women want or don't want children. I mean, there's all these different factors that come into play when you're doing matchmaking, you're trying to put people together, and then you have the unknowns, right? The chemistry, all that. I mean, so you have to add all that up, sprinkle some fairy dust on it, and hope that you get that connection, hope you get that spark. But when I was just there and seeing these things happen real time, it just invigorates me. It just makes me really understand what we're doing, why we're doing it, and it's well worth it. It really is. So guys, on this Valentine's Day, I just wanted to give you some words of encouragement and let you know that if it's something that you're really serious about trying to do and you think that love has passed you by and that is just, you know, you're destined to be alone for the rest of your life, it's just not the case. There's so many different opportunities out there around the world that are there for the taking if you'll just open your mind and open your heart to it. That's all you have to do. And again, I always say this, but the worst case scenario is you're going to have really the vacation of your lifetime. And you know, I talked to all the guys on there and they kept telling me, yes, John, this was one of the best, if not the best vacations I've ever taken. So that's about the worst thing that's going to happen to you. It's just so exciting to see all these different things and do all this stuff. And maybe, just maybe, it'll be an experience that changes your life forever, right? So we are doing a seminar, by the way, for those of you that are still listening to me on this video. I'm kind of rambling on here because I love what's going on so much, but we do have a seminar coming up in Los Angeles on the 16th. Bud and Anna are going to be there doing it. They do an amazing job with the seminars. It's about 4 hours. There's free food. There's other clients that have been there before that will be telling you about their experiences, and they'll be answering all your questions and giving you really good information about what to expect if you do decide to do this. And the best part is that you get seminar only discounts. We actually pay you for being there if you decide to go on the tour. Who else does that? No one. So guys, if you're anywhere near that LA area, please go to that seminar, attend. You can RSVP before you go so we know how much food to order and all that good stuff. And we would love to see you there. All right. A lot of the guys that were on this tour that I just got back from a few days ago, had attended seminars first. They wanted to see us, touch us, make sure we're real, right? They wanted more information. They did that, they got it, then they went on the tour, and now they're in the stages of deciding who's gonna be right for them, right? That's the way it can work. So Guys, happy Valentine's Day. And if you need anything, please, we're here. Give us a call. Thank you so much.